Hello, my name is Eden. This is my channel, Eden Speaks, and I want to help with your improvement. Today, I want to talk about something that I realized while I was at church. And now, I am not Christian, but I like to go to places like church or like the gym or like anywhere that involves positive, good people. And I believe there's nothing wrong with going to church, even if you are not a part of that religion. And if you are open to learning and growing and just being a good person and happy around other people, that is always beneficial. So at church today, I was watching the service and people speak, and we sung some songs and everything like that, and it was nice. While I was sitting there and I was listening to the speakers, I was thinking about some things in my life at the same time. Sometimes in relation to what topics they were talking about, but sometimes not. It was just in my head. And something that I sort of was reminiscing on was when it comes to like religion and God and the universe and whatever you believe in, I I was sort of thinking about my life and how I think of everything in my life, and I have certain expectations and certain visions of where I want to be and who I want to be and how I want things to turn out and everything. But at the end of the day, some things are out of my control, and when I'm thinking about God and stuff, I sort of had to take a take a step back and look at the fact that my expectations and my pressures on myself are based on my own desires. And if I choose to envision something, then and then fail at it, then that disappointment is based on the fact that I set that expectation so specifically. And it's always good ever since you hear it from Conor McGregor, you hear it from a lot of successful people, that being specific with your goals and being specific with the visions that you have and the realities that you want in your future, this is very important. Being specific is very important. But what I was internalizing in my head while I was listening to these speakers, and also it didn't necessarily have anything to do with what they were saying, but anyway, I was still coming to my own conclusion about something that was going on in my life, and it was good for me. So I was thinking, and I was like, I always try and find the answers. I always try and want to know what's happening next. And that's why I'll never gamble. On a side note, I'll never put money on a fight or money on a sporting match or anything like that. It's something that I'm passionate about, because I always love trying to predict the next move, the next punch, the setup for what they're trying to do next, if it's a boxing match or an MMA fight or whatever. I always love doing that. And so in life, whenever I make certain moves or decisions or have certain goals, I like to envision and be specific with what things are going to happen, who my partner could be, what type of children could I have, what type of house can I have, what type of car will I eventually be able to afford, what type of money, what type of lifestyle, all these certain things. I'm very, very specific in what that can be for me. And I know it's 110% possible. So I'm 100% confident in the visions and the goals that I have for my future in 5 years' time and 10 years' time and everything. But what I was looking back on is the fact that if I'm always trying to know the answer and I'm always trying to just know, then I'm always going to put myself in a position where I'm going to be badly hurt if that doesn't turn out that way. And in a way, if I'm able to control the fact of not changing the visions and not changing about how specific I am with these goals, because I need to keep them as specific as they can, because then it becomes more powerful, and the manifestation and the work towards it becomes more real for me if I have specific details according to that vision or goal. So I was thinking, it's not about not having a vision, it's not about not having the goal and not being specific with it. But I think in learning what I've been learning recently is the fact of I need to relieve the pressure that I put on myself when it comes to certain life situations. I need to relieve the pressure and take it must be this way. Or even saying this, not that it must be this way, but saying, if it happens in a different way, I will be happy and grateful. As long as it achieves the core value of what I'm trying to do, then the journey or however I get there does not matter. So if I envision every single step, every single thing that I'm going to do leading up to this vision or goal, or however, this lifestyle, then I'm going to keep getting disappointed along the way, and it's only going to keep pushing me back slightly and delay the progression that I could have if I just accepted, hey, I know this wasn't the step that you were expecting. I know this isn't the outcome that you were expecting with this step, but this is exactly where you need to go to still get to that point that you want to get to. So it's not changing the vision. It's not changing the goal, but it's changing the expectation of how the steps to that vision and what they are. Then that relieves the pressure, which then relieves the disappointment and hurt and pain and heartache that you will gain if you take that away. So yeah, that's just a video about me talking about something I learned today. It's being ambitious and setting goals and being optimistic about everything is not wrong. The problem is that when you start putting so much pressure on the steps that you are taking towards that vision and goal, and you get so specifically hung up on it has to be this step, then this step, then this step. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be this step, this step, this step. There's so many different journeys that can get to the same place. You can go down this street, you can go down this street, you can go down this alleyway, you can jump over this fence, even though that could be illegal, but you know what I mean? Like, just hypothetically, when it comes to visions and goals and where you want to be, there is no one way to go about it to get to that point B. There are so many people in history and all of the world that have done things and gotten to what they wanted to accomplish in ways that maybe they didn't even think they were going to do it, or that was the way they were going to do it. They're going to take these steps and obviously be hopeful and optimistic that it's going to be this certain way. But at the end of the day, as long as you always have faith in the vision and goal, and you always back yourself and be confident, the steps don't have to be specific. The vision and the end goal can be specific, but I feel like the journey that you're going to take there's so many ways you can go about it. And there's so many ways that it could adapt and change, and you will learn and grow from every single setback, and every single thing that you thought was going to be different turned out a certain way, and then ends up benefiting you in the long run anyway, to what you always wanted, to the core and the meaning and the purpose of everything that you believe you are here for. So that's just what I was thinking today. I wanted to explain that to people. I hope this video helped you in any certain way, any shape or form. I hope everything in your life is going great and amazing. Make sure you like, please subscribe. If you want to learn more, follow the journey, learn more about my life, how I do things, and hopefully it helps you in your life too. So I appreciate you, I believe in you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.